Hometown Discoveries Las Vegas is a local weekend morning show featuring the people, events, and companies that make Las Vegas the place to live, shop, work, and play. Good morning. Thank you for inviting us into your living room this morning. We're here at Interiors by Designer Studio again this weekend, and don't they make a wonderful set for us? We've even had a few shoppers get a sneak peek of the program today. Coming up in today's program, Richard Hanseen with Strategic Wealth Advisors tells us about his work with the Women's Money Conference attendees. Joanne Lucia gives us insight into popular design styles. Our pharmacist answers questions some of you have asked on our website.
This individual has some school-age children, and she was concerned about, the doctor prescribes a medication for her children.
We'll get a preview of the upcoming Mid-Century Modern Weekend. And we have a special outdoor getaway close to home. But first, let's hear from Linda Ward with some mortgage and gardening tips.
Hi, I'm Linda Ward with Red Rock Mortgage. Well, today we're going to talk about what happens when your loan documents are not at the title company yet. You have found the perfect home, you have the perfect loan, the perfect interest rate, and all of your belongings are packed, and you've got your moving truck ready to go. What happens when your lender tells you the loan docs are going to be at the title company and everybody's yelling and screaming and there's a deadline to meet? What's happening behind the scenes so that everybody can kind of understand why your loan documents are not at the title company yet? Let me address just 4 of those issues right now. 1, a lender at the very last minute absolutely reviews your appraisal to make sure that all the comparables in the neighborhood are what the lender wants to have in the file. They check to make sure all the prices are correct, your name is correct on that file, and everything else with that appraisal is accurate as far as that property is concerned. The next issue is, and not many people realize this, when you do your loan application, you sign what's called a 4506T. Now, what that allows the lender to do at the very last minute is to verify that the tax returns that you have submitted to the lender are actually what you've submitted to the IRS. Now, what we've been experiencing lately is a backlog at the IRS. Normally it comes back pretty quickly, maybe usually within 48 hours or so. But with that backlog, and until the bank or the ultimate lender can verify that the tax returns that you have provided them to approve your loan and what you have filed with the IRS are actually one and the same, they will not release your loan documents. Another issue at the last minute, as the underwriter is reviewing all of your bank statements, and it will slip through underwriting, but it's what's called large undocumented deposits. What does that mean? Well, now every bank has to document any large deposit to your bank statement that's not your payroll. That's a new law. It's part of the Patriot Act. And so it's a little rough at the last minute, but sometimes the lender may come back to you and say, what is this $800 deposit? What is this $600 deposit? That could delay your loan documents being released to the title company for you to sign. All it is additional documentation that the bank needs for the loan file. And then there is one final verification that the lender does pretty much on the same day that your loan documents are sent to the title company. They're going to call your employer to make sure that you have a job. I have had in the past where people have figured, I've got 2 or 3 weeks vacation. I'm going to go ahead and give my notice and still be employed by my employer because I have 3 weeks of vacation left, but I'm going to leave my employment. Oops. So I've had it where people have had to go back, either ask for their job back, or we've had to put their loan on hold and say, you have to go find another job. Those are just a few of the reasons at the very last minute that can kind of put a hitch in why your loan is not closing timely. So what would help it along is if you help your loan officer, me, Linda, at Red Rock Mortgage, and we work together all the way through each one of these steps so we don't have any hurdles when we get to the very end. So I hope to be able to help you. Just give me a call at my office, Linda Ward, 320-9595. Hi, I'm Linda Ward with your gardening tip for the week. As you know, it's fall, and this is a perfect time, the second time of the year that you can plant all your fall vegetables. Let's talk about seeds a little bit. I have brought radish seeds and carrot seeds. I'm going to plant both of these in my fall garden this year. And on the back of a seed package, it gives you all of the information that you will need to plant. Follow those directions. I usually overplant, it's just a little tip. And then when the seedlings start to come up, I actually take them and I snip the extra ones when I'm thinning the garden bed. So if I have extra carrots that are coming up or extra radishes that are coming up in the garden bed and it looks like they're overcrowding, I just go along and I snip those seedlings off till I have the bed just the way I want it so that I know they're not overcrowding. Then all you do is sit back, keep the bed moist, watch for your vegetables to grow, and then when it's time to harvest it and enjoy it. Till your tip next week. Happy gardening.
What's your favorite Las Vegas discovery? Follow us and tweet with us at HometownD. Recently, we asked Richard Hanseen, our wealth advisor, to talk about some of the typical clients he has served.
Prospective clients always ask, well, what kind of person do you help? Who do you take care of? What's your sweet spot? And I guess the bottom line is we deal with executives and we deal with small business owners who typically have probably $500,000 in investable assets and probably $1 million in net worth or more. So that gives us the capacity to take their funds and put them with professional money managers so that the returns that we've talked about can be experienced, because when we get to that level, we can use privately managed accounts and we can use money managers who take a closer real interest in the client, not just the portfolio, but in fact, how's the client dealing with it, and do we need to make adjustments, and what kind of returns are we getting in relation to what we talked about in the very beginning of the process. My background as a CPA has put me in a place where I deal with entrepreneurs who are building their businesses, making them more efficient, getting them ready for the next level and the next move and the next increase. That's been a very, very good place for me to share not only my background, but investment advisory techniques, so we can make the business more efficient. We can generate additional profits. We can capture those profits and put them in those kinds of investments that make sense for that entrepreneur. We also have been lucky enough to have been asked to participate in the Women's Money Conference, which was put on by the state treasurer. So in that particular area, we enjoy focusing on women who sometimes they're reticent to let anyone know how well they are doing, and they have a tendency not to want to share that information and to try to do it themselves. But through that conference, I met 3, 6, 9 great women try and keep in touch with them and share with them ideas that can help them accumulate money. But many of the speakers at that conference talked about how could they shop more thrifty, where could they get the same materials for less price, and how much can they save and put away for their retirement. That was a great deal of fun too, because some of the knowledge I have certainly works with those who have accumulated wealth, but it's fun to help people who are just so excited to start accumulating wealth and make their business or their position a little bit more altruistic. So we enjoy that. We enjoy that a lot, and that gives us, we give you comfort, but we get a lot of comfort out of watching you grow and your business expand.
Our wealth advisor, Richard Hanseen, got married. Let's congratulate him on Facebook. His page is facebook.com/Strategic Wealth Advisors. Go ahead and click the like button while you're there. Have you considered a new look for your home? Try the penthouse view.
Let me show you the penthouse version of the design styles we have in the showroom. This is a combination of elements I like very much. It's our natural leather. We have an incredible metallic cowhide, which is really, as far as I'm concerned, has not been shown on the West Coast. It's a company.
I love that.
It's kind of fun. I like the stainless steel and the glass element. And of course, we've done the wall in a Rust-Oleum silver to give it that sort of sparkle look. The chandelier adds that sort of romance to the penthouse look. I love it because a lot of people can feel comfortable in this.
It does look comfortable.
It's not just a guy and it's not just a girl. So that happens to be a day bed, which is wonderful, especially when you're talking about limited space, and 900 square feet is not gigantic, but it's okay, certainly as a starter. And I like the whole element here. I think it's an interesting combination.
I agree.
What do you think?
I like it.
And that we call that the porcupine mirror. Kind of fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. If you'd like to have a little fun browsing the showroom, just stop by so we can help you create the right look for your home.
Want more hometown discoveries? Check out our Facebook page and hit the like button. We'll be posting behind the scenes photos and comments that we want to share with you. Next up, let's hear from our local pharmacist who answers questions viewers posted on our website.
I want to thank you again for tuning in to Hometown Discoveries. I did get another question on our website, www.hometowndiscoveries.com. This individual has some school-age children, and she was concerned about, the doctor prescribes a medication for her children. She wants to know how she can give that to the school for the child to get the dosage during the school hours. First of all, I think the main thing to do is, of course, check with the school and see if they have a certain policy about that. When a doctor prescribes a medication for one of your children and it's going to require a dosage being given at school, when you get that prescription filled, request from the pharmacist that you get an extra bottle with a label on it, a duplicate bottle and label, so you can put some medication in there and send it with your child to give to the school nurse. That way it'll be properly labeled and the nurse will know exactly what's there and why you're using that medication. So you can always request that. The pharmacist will be more than happy to do that for you. Now there's some medications that you can't do that. And for instance, inhalers, such as albuterol inhaler that's used for asthma. If your child is on an inhaler, it's very important that he has an inhaler at home and he has an inhaler at school. So when the doctor writes the prescription, have him specify that he would like 2 inhalers dispensed, one for home, one for school. So when you get that prescription filled at the pharmacy, have the pharmacy call your insurance company to get a prior authorization, because most insurance companies will pay for that extra inhaler so the child can have that at school. So that's one thing you probably really need to do, because as you know, activity and stuff can cause an asthma attack, and the child really needs that inhaler at school. So again, I want to thank you all for the questions and comments I've been receiving on our website. Please feel free to pose questions to me, suggest topics. I really enjoy reading them. That's www.hometowndiscoveries.com. Again, thank you so much for watching. And again, your health is priceless.
Have you wondered how a city like ours that is rich with so much history could just blow up its old buildings? If you've thought nothing built mid-century was still standing, think again. There are so many mid-century modern homes here, we spend a whole weekend celebrating. Organizers of the upcoming Mid-Century Modern Home Tour share details about the weekend of festivities you won't want to miss.
I'm Caroline Muse Grant, co-founder of the Architectural and Decorative Arts Society, otherwise known as ADAS. We are pleased to host our third annual Mid-Century Modern Weekend, October 26, 27, and 28, celebrating mid-century architecture and lifestyle. Our events include a Friday night sock hop with live music, fashions, and great fun. On Saturday, we'll have a symposium with experts on design and lifestyle. And on Sunday, we conclude with a 4-hour double-decker bus tour of the iconic mid-century neighborhoods here in our great city. For more information, visit our website at www.adas-lv.com, or you can contact me directly at creativemuse@cox.net.
Have you kept your New Year's resolution to get fit? Joe Marsh at Crossfit Las Vegas gives us a reason to renew that commitment.
I think everybody drives each other to work harder, to be stronger, to be better.
I tried the first 3 days of something we do called Share the Pain. It's when you can invite friends and family to try the CrossFit classes for free, and I just fell in love with it.
Any CrossFit gym you go to is always going to have this community feel to it. There's everybody there knows everybody there. Here, when you walk in, you've got at least 3 or 4 people slapping you on the back saying, "It's good to see you again. I'm going to kill you today."
There's a lot of motivation involved. There's no negative comments, there's no negative looks. Everybody's helping everybody out. During the workout, there's a lot of people really just cheering you on. It's a high energy, and I highly recommend it for anybody.
It's sort of like a home away from home, and everybody cheers each other on.
And it's that drive, that friendly competition that we look for, that we strive for, and that's the biggest difference between any CrossFit gym and any regular gym.
The end is nigh, children, I swear.
Ready for a new outdoor adventure? We'll pack a lunch and some water and drive north on I-15 to Valley of Fire. It's about an hour from Las Vegas and one of the best places to hike, bike, picnic, or just enjoy the view. The scenic mountains, rock formations, and petroglyphs make it worth the drive. The weather is great this time of year, but don't forget to pack the sunscreen. Previously on Hometown Discoveries, you heard from Branch Whitney, local author and hiking expert.
And that's a great thing about Las Vegas. We have 3 separate hiking areas that allows us to have year-round hiking. I don't think any other city allows you to do that because we have such a difference in elevation.
We're so excited that Branch sent us an autographed copy of his book, Hiking Las Vegas. Register to win this great hiking resource at www.hometowndiscoveries.com. Next up, we'll talk with local artist Sharon Gainsberg. Sharon, I'm so glad that you've joined us on the show today. I have been fascinated with your carvings, and Joanne told me she invited you. We're going to get to know you a little bit better here, but right now, tell us about these beautiful sculptures.
These are part of a series that I've done on the goddess. I started in 1978, and I was just starting to work abstractly after 10 years of working in realism, which means doing bodies and heads, portrait work. I started in stone, and then all of a sudden these goddesses started to come forth for me. And after I've done about 6, I thought I was finished, and it seems like every 2 or 3 years I find I have a few more that need to come out and express themselves.
Well, I was really fascinated when you told me this one was Gemini, because I'm a Gemini. So tell us why about this goddess.
Oh, most of us have a masculine and a feminine side, and I decided to depict that in this sculpture, which one side is a little softer and the other side is a little stronger, and I call her Gemini.
And so tell us about this one. I can see this on a mantle. This is just so beautiful.
This one is called Goddess of Courage. I did this piece prior to moving to Las Vegas after 6 months of trying to determine whether I was doing the right thing.
Well, now you have one more piece here that we have to move down the table to see. This is much more functional than just an art piece.
When I moved here after about a year, I realized that I needed to create a product, and it took me a few months to determine what the product was going to be. I was thinking pop culture and something that I could create more quickly, less costly, but that would serve a function. And in the artistic world, it's called functional art. And I came up with this idea of wine holders. So instead of calling them wine racks, I call them wine rocks.
Love this.
And I make them in all different sizes. Some only have 2 holes, some have 10 holes. This one I have open at the top, so you can put your good wine in here for all to see the label. And then the rest of them, the labels are covered up. And I try to leave part of the stone raw so the viewer, the purchaser, can see what the stone looked like when I started. And then the other part I carve and sand and polish.
So Sharon, tell us a little bit about that move out here. Your daughter was out here and you decided to come out.
Yes, I decided to move here in 2005, and I got strict instructions from her that for 2 months I'm not to do anything. She gave me her GPS and said, go and try to get lost so you learn your way around town, which was great advice.
How fun!
So I started exploring, and of course in the back of my mind I was always looking for where I would have a studio and what was the right area, and I ended up in the Arts District.
Well, one of the things that fascinated me on your website was your Unblocking Creativity class.
Yes. 20 plus years ago, I read the book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and it helped me as an artist to really grow and expand and understand why I had blocks of time where I just couldn't work, I wasn't inspired. And so through that experience and me telling people about The Artist's Way, they encouraged me to start teaching a workshop, which I did for 10 years before I moved here. And now I am giving this workshop both privately in my studio in the evenings and also through a program called the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, which is for seniors, that I teach pro bono at UNLV. It's a marvelous program. I put a little pitch in there. It can be found online. The acronym is OLLI, OLLI.org, and they teach many, many classes, and their senior age is 55 and over.
Oh, good. So all us young seniors can.
That's right. You all qualify.
Yeah. So Sharon, how would people find you?
I can be found on the internet. My website is GainsburgStudio.com, and Gainsburg is spelled Gainsburg. And I'm located at 1039 South Main Street, which is right off of Charleston and Maine. And anyone who's interested in taking stone carving classes, they can come in for a free trial lesson. They're not under any obligation, and they won't walk away and make something, but they will have the experience and they'll understand what the process is about.
Oh, perfect. And then, of course, they can find many of your sculptures here, right here at Interiors by Designer Studio, can't they?
Yes, yes. And also, I'm open on First Fridays if they want to come on a First Friday, which is the downtown art walk in the Arts District.
Oh, perfect.
First Friday of every month.
Nice. Well, we might be filming on a First Friday, so we'll stop in and see you.
Great.
From Las Vegas, head west on Charleston. Turn right on Calico Basin, a road about 1.5 miles before you reach the entrance to Red Rock Canyon. Then turn left onto Red Spring. Entrance to this secluded park in the shadow of the Red Rock Mountains is free. There are picnic areas and barbecue pits, along with a boardwalk winding through the park, making it easy for all ages to enjoy an outdoor stroll. You may even see some climbers scaling the mountains surrounding the park. It's hard to believe our time is up. We have so many more discoveries to share with you, and we'll be right back here next Saturday at 8:30 a.m. on KTUD Vegas TV. We'll be visiting with Vegas PBS, getting a behind-the-scenes look at their amazing campus. We can't wait to share with you what they've been up to in Las Vegas. Join us for the best ideas on living, learning, working, and playing in Las Vegas. We'll be right here on KTUD Vegas TV every weekend morning, and we are so excited to share our hometown discoveries with you.